Hi, everybody, and welcome to Spa Babies, presented by Spendthrift. I'm Dan Illman, along with Nicole Russo, on location at the spa. Here's the field for race number 5, our Thursday Spa Babies race presented by Spendthrift. We're kicking off the $1 pick 6, 3/4 of a mile, state-bred maiden special weight for 2-year-olds. Nicole, a little bit of everything in this race. Some nice first-time starters. Spendthrift represented by the 9 Key Point by their great stallion Into Mischief.
Yeah, and we really run the gamut of sire power in this race, all the way from Into Mischief, who established himself as a very good juvenile sire before becoming the leading national general sire, all the way through the gamut to New York resident first crop stallions. So a little bit of everything in the stallion ranks in this race.
We'll kick things off down towards the rail with the number 1, Kenny Hustle, who's been working at Finger Lakes for trainer Stacy Torelli. This is a son of Lauban. 13% winners with juvenile debut runners. The dam, a route winner at 2. The second dam, Precocious, a juvenile debut winner that was multiple stakes placed at 2 as well.
Yeah, and Laban really just was one of those sons of Uncle Mo, juvenile champion Uncle Mo, who came out firing with his first 2-year-olds last year, with Grade 1 winner Simply Ravishing, who returns to the races this week at Saratoga, actually, and Grade 2 winner Keep Me in Mind in his first crop of juveniles. I do like his juveniles better with a little bit more ground, and this Finger Lakes shipper has drawn the rail.
Formulator fact, though, for the barn, Stacy Torelli does good work with 2-year-olds at Finger Lakes. 4 for the last 11, $9.63 return on investment. A little bit of a different story, though, here at Saratoga. The 2 is Pepe's Pride. This is a son of Frost Giant. 8% winners with juvenile debut runners, but a lot of speed on the bottom of this pedigree. The dam, a 3-time dirt sprint winner. She a half to a stakes place dirt sprinter, and a quick half-mile breeze for Rudy Rod on August 7th.
Yeah, a nice work, and the Rudy Rodriguez barn. They've been having a nice meet and a nice weekend, especially here at Saratoga. And Irad Ortiz gets on this one for debut.
Number 3 is BMO by Bethel, going out for Nick Zito. Tell us a little bit about Bethel, this young stallion.
Yeah, well, Bethel, this is his first crop. He is a New York resident stallion. Has just 3 foals in that first crop. That BMO will be the second of those to start, and his first starter was a maiden claiming winner at Monmouth on debut in July. So a pretty good strike rate already for this young stallion. He was Grade 3 placed himself, routing on the dirt as a 3-year-old, and he's a son of Sire of Cyrus Pulpit.
This horse has been through the auction ring 3 times, most recently selling for $5,500 in June after breezing 3/8 of a mile in 35-1. Surprise Boss is next. This one has experience. This one ran in a stake last time out. The Rick Violet in against Run Curtis Run, who just nipped the horse 2 starts back at Belmont. This horse has shown some ability, and that 65 buyer from 2 starts back puts him squarely in the mix.
Yeah, and this horse has really faced some nice horses throughout his career, with a couple of starts giving him experience. Was third behind Coinage and Silver Samurai on debut, then second to Run Curtis Run, as you mentioned, and then fourth in the Rick Violet, in which Run Curtis Run was the victor and Coinage was third. So still a maiden, but some nice experience. The War Dancers, I do prefer them on the turf, but they have one on dirt, obviously.
Keep an eye on the number 5, Hot Rod Rumble. This one is 10-1 on the morning line. Bet down to 5-2 for the career debut earlier this meet, but caught a muddy track. I might simply not have liked it. This is a $325,000 made 2-year-old going out second time for Steve Asmussen, and historically that's been a great angle for the barn.
Yeah, and the Asmussen barn really having a nice meet with its 2-year-olds. Of course, just this past weekend, Wicked Halo winning the Adirondack, and Stellar Tap giving Steve Asmussen that career record training victory. This one has had 3 solid works in a typical Asmussen barn pattern post-debut. Third
start for the 6, Silver Samurai, going out for trainer Kelly Breen. This horse has shown good speed in his first 2 starts. He's just had the misfortune to face a couple of runaway winners. There's precocity in this pedigree. This horse has shown speed, and I expect him to be on the engine one more time, barring a quick firster.
Yeah, and just like I said with Surprise Boss, this one has really faced some nice horses. 2 good seconds. Faced Coinage a little bit back. Coinage came back to be stakes placed. So if you believe in evaluating a horse's competition, this one really ran well.
And here's the formulator fact for the trainer Kelly Breen. 2-year-old dirt sprinters making their 3rd start, 3 for the last 7, almost a $3 return on investment. I'm interested in the 7, Cozzy's Attitude. I really like this horse in his career debut, and then it rained. And I don't think he liked the muddy track at all. He just kind of got on track at the end of that race. Charlie Baker's going to wheel him back relatively quick, putting blinkers on. I'm expecting an improved effort.
I do think that he'll break better and show a little bit more foot with the blinkers on by a leading New York sire in Bellamy Road and coming out of that same maiden as Hot Rod Rumble. So keep that in mind.
Wicked Bobby's the 8 going out for trainer Kenny McPeak. This is a son of Wicked Strong. 9% winners with juvenile debut runners. There's class on the bottom of this pedigree. The dams have to a couple of black type earners at a mile. More mischief in Maya Wire. Love the string of 5 furlong workouts.
Yeah, definitely. I was going to say this horse has a nice long work tab, a nice solid foundation from a fitness standpoint for the debut, including those 5 furlong works, as you mentioned.
Here's the Spendthrift sired runner, the number 9 Key Point by Into Mischief. And Into Mischief does everything well. 16% winners from juvenile debut runners. The dam won a couple of sprints, but she's a half to American Anthem, who was a really solid sprinter in his day. From the family of Banshee Breeze, you've got Chad Brown. A lot of things to like.
Absolutely. I think this horse is very well meant. Chad Brown, Jose Ortiz on debut, another solid work tab, and Into Mischief, as I said, really, he can do everything, but he did rise to prominence as a sire of good, quick, precocious 2-year-olds before working his way up through the ranks.
How about the active female family on the 10? Happy Bee. This is a have to keep me in mind, who just ran a crackerjack race in the Jim Dandy, and he was a pretty good horse at 2 as well, placing in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. This one by Honor Code, 9% winners with juvenile debut runners. I wonder if this horse might need a start in just a little bit more distance, but a strong pedigree for Diodoro.
Well, looking at that pedigree for another barn that's been very hot and for a pedigree the barn is familiar with, my impression was that this horse might need some distance and experience. Keep me in mind, as you mentioned, it was multiple grade 1 placed and a grade 2 winner at 2, but that came later in the year and at longer distances. And the honor codes have certainly been better as they've gotten older. He has 2 grade 1 winners as 3-year-olds.
Top pick time for our Thursday race of the day, kicking off the dollar pick 6. Nicole, where are you going?
I am going to try to upset Key Point, the son of Spendthrift's leading sire Into Mischief. I think the horse is really well meant, but I really just can't look beyond. I think, Silver Samurai, as I said, has gotten some good experience against some solid stakes type New York breds himself. So I am going to go with the experience factor here.
And you can't beat speed in these 2-year-old races. And you're also getting a great price on David's morning line, 6-1. I had a really tough time with this race. I'm a big fan of Cozzy's attitude. I want to use this horse in multiple race wagers. Kenny Hustle's 50-1. Seems like an unlikely winner. But you know something? I think this horse is just going to outrun his odds. Maybe you could use on the bottom of single race exotics. Race 5 at Saratoga is your Spa Baby race for Thursday, and it's presented by Spendthrift.